Hello everyone, and welcome back to our weekly roundup of cryptocurrency markets on behalf of Apex Signals. Last week we were discussing the positive trend of having broken out of 2 weeks of downward momentum. This week again we've entered a bit of a trough, and we can see here on the chart that since Monday overall market capitalization has dropped to around the 300 billion level from the 330 billion level. So we'll hope that we can possibly break up again. However, there are factors around the markets at the moment which are starting to make it look like we might be in for a sustained period of downward pressure over the next couple of months. Every time we have a break up, it's lacking momentum and volume, and inevitably peters out and moves back into a bear market. And with that having gone on now over a month, and you could say 2 months, then if we don't see an imminent positive drive upwards, then that could spell bad news for the next couple of months. What we've been seeing is that there appears to be a fairly solid floor of support around the 275 to 280 billion level, but an equally solid ceiling of resistance around the 350 billion level, and we've been trading that channel for some time now. However, the twin pressures of skepticism around regulation and hope as well that an international patchwork system can be put in place to facilitate a more regulated cryptocurrency market are keeping that channel, where the trading within that channel. And there's not a lot going on. There's different things which are construed as negative or being interpreted as negative, and there's also roughly the same amount of developments which are being interpreted as positive. And what's happened is the volume has dropped out of the market, and that's not allowing a strong bull push to hold on to any momentum. And if we have a look over at Bitcoin as well, we can see a similar situation. We're down around the $8,000 level today, and that's a drop from around $9,000 over the weekend. And we can see earlier on in the month we're up at the 11,000 level, and that 11,000 level is very much like the 350 billion level for the overall cryptocurrency market, and it's proving very difficult to move beyond that. And a lot of analysts think that it needs a strong move with momentum behind it to push above 11,000 if we're going to see another bull run. So my personal opinion now is, and I may well be wrong, I would never urge any of you to take my advice as anything to trade on, but my personal opinion is that we could be entering a couple of months of downward momentum now, and hopefully that won't be too severe. Hopefully we won't lose a huge chunk out of the market, but I would be surprised now, given the movement over the last few weeks, if we're going to see a new bull run imminently. So I think we have to brace ourselves for a couple of months of downward pressure before a potential recovery can take hold. But let's hope I'm wrong, and we'll have a look next week and see where we are. Moving on to slightly more positive story today, we have a look here at EOS. Now, I don't know how much you guys know about EOS, but EOS is it's a decentralized applications platform which is currently still under construction, and although presumably it's almost ready to launch in its full glory, it is available in beta at the moment, but an ICO has been going on over the last several months, and they've taken a very interesting approach to this ICO, which is to release auctions of the tokens over many different iterations over several months. And EOS has been defying the overall downward trend in the cryptocurrency market recently, Between last Sunday and the previous Sunday, we saw 65% gain, and that took EOS down from down around $4 up to the $663 mark. And a lot of that's been to do with rumors around partnerships and exchange listings, as well as the popularity of several IC auctions which have been going on over that period. We had a bit of a slump today, as you can see on the right hand side of the chart. Sorry, not today, over Monday to Tuesday, which is turned into a recovery today. So we're back up around over the $6 mark today, having dropped down to 550. Now, EOS is in some ways like Ethereum in the sense that it's a decentralized applications platform, but it has also some significant differences. And there are quite a few people within the cryptocurrency world that believe those advantages or differences over Ethereum are significant advantages. Now, one of the main men behind EOS is Dan Larimer of Steemit and BitShares fame, and a big plus of EOS is that it's able to process many more transactions per second than Ethereum is able to. So it uses a kind of technology called graphene, which means that it's able to process between 10,000 and 100,000 transactions per second. It also uses a parallelization technique, which it's hoped can bring the potential for processing up to 1 million transactions per second, which is obviously significantly more than we've seen in comparable blockchain projects up until now. So there's a lot of optimism around EOS. The language that it uses, called Ren, is also being very well received by developers, and is apparently very easy to learn for anyone with significant programming experience. And it's also the coding is also being said to have a lot of advantages, like developers can write block notes on the blockchain and so on. So we'll see how it goes, but there's a lot of optimism around this particular cryptocurrency, so it's definitely one to keep an eye on. And we'll check back in maybe next week and see what's happened in the meanwhile with EOS, or at least in 2 or 3 weeks if there's nothing too exciting to report. Okay, that's pretty much all we have time for today. There's not been a huge amount going on over the last week other than the downward trend, but it's a volume momentum thing without any huge news provoking that. The Twitter news banning, saying that Twitter is also going to ban cryptocurrency and ICO ads, I think markets have taken in their stride this week, because it's come on the back of several other similar announcements from Facebook and Google and so on, and I think it's now being accepted more as a status quo. So I don't think we can put this week's downwards momentum to that. And let's have a look next week, see where we are. Hopefully my prediction of a couple of poor months will be proven wrong, but we'll have to wait and see. So I'll look forward to speaking to you all next week, and in the meanwhile, enjoy your trading. Bye for now.